Welcome everyone to the recap of round 7 Premier League 360. My name's Ben Tapper Patton. We've got Richard Kale.
How are you, Ben?
Yeah, good. Richard, yourself?
Good.
Big
Big
different
week.
this week.
Big
Standing
week.
up here.
Round 7, yeah, we're a bit different.
Yeah, so it's good.
Showing our height, we couldn't have Steve do this show because he'd be under the table.
Under the table, definitely.
Some good results this weekend.
It's pretty close this weekend again.
Yeah.
Some shakers and movers.
Party Boys made a move,
Looked
didn't
like
they?
they were going to not even make the finals.
We were talking about that
last
week and saying they probably wouldn't be able to perform again, and then now they're back up into third.
Up in the third and got a pretty good percentage there too, so they look like they might have a chance to defend their title again, so it's good.
We'll go through the matches one by one though, Benny. Turtles defeated the Warlocks 139 to 131.
Probably a bit closer than what we thought originally.
Pretty good
effort.
effort.
Just a walkover like usual for the Warlocks.
Probably not so much a good effort by the Warlocks, but a poor effort by the Turtles maybe though.
It
Made
could
it
be,
close, really.
That did,
Although good scores from Joel Watson and Rob Merlo.
38, that's pretty handy, yeah. And not much to report on the Witches there. Udo Kerber 35, that's about it.
And
Colgate?
No, not real good, I don't think.
No.
I think there was a couple of girls ahead of him, which is always a bit of a sticking point, seeing, once Steve brought that up a couple of shows ago, about his poor performance and sooking about it.
I did have a little hit with him on Saturday for 9 holes.
Yep.
He is adamant he didn't say anything like that.
Right.
But we can't argue with
No,
the girl on the
no,
street.
exactly.
Once the fire's out there and about, there's got to be some truth in it there. So.
And then the Cinderella Boys defeated 19th hole Hackers 146 to 129.
Probably the biggest win for the weekend really, and it was definitely on the cards. 19th hole Hackers. Matt Jean's the only top scorer there. He's probably the only one that actually played for their team this week again. So
Sean Slater and Luke Keogh, 38 points. Sean's been practicing a bit, and Luke's redeemed
he
himself,
has,
hasn't he?
yeah,
I heard
he
he got a
has.
bit of a bag a few shows ago.
I said to him in the shop before he went out, I said, you've been in pretty poor form lately. He said, he can't do it again. So he was pretty confident going out there, and he's proven what he's worth. So, but he's going on holiday soon, I think. So, and good to see Gav Bradley get the Barbie
You
cup
and
this
Steve
week.
probably said that he's been on holidays the last 7 weeks.
No, we haven't. So Gav Barbie cup. He wasn't real happy with that either. He wasn't real happy. So, considering I earmarked him before he even went out, he ended up with it. So he wasn't happy.
Good
with
under
me.
pressure, but he's going to do some, get a bit of coaching over the next few weeks.
He'll be
We
right.
expect to see him up top.
Definitely, for sure.
Then the Heroes defeated the Granddads 144 to 131. Some good results there for Steve Jones 39, made a bit of a comeback after some poor performances. Mark Scold's 37, and for the Granddads Terry Jeffries 36.
Yeah, no stand vote this week. He played, but he's not in the top 4, so that probably let him down a little bit.
I heard
there.
his Brownlow chances.
He could, he was definitely on a roll there for a while. So those new clubs, the honeymoon period might be over for a little bit there. So he's gone back.
We all go through it, Stan, don't worry.
We do. But Reluctant Heroes, top of the ladder, just cruising along.
They're good, aren't they? They're one game clear now. So.
Yep.
Then the Party Boys, as we spoke about, had a good win over the Fockers. This was probably the match of the round, wasn't it? Jason Scott stood up with 39, and also Mark Kelly 39. Best that the Fockers could do was 38.
Craig Healy 38. Yeah.
I heard he was carrying on about.
Yeah, we'll get to that a bit later on.
Okay. Just cut me off. Thanks very much. That's fine. Let's go on to the next stage.
But just a quick mention, we did give Jay Scott a bit of a toweling up last week, and he's come back with nice 39 points there. So
you gave him a toweling up.
I think Steve might have mentioned it, but I might have got on the bandwagon there. So it was a pretty good week. But the ladder, as we said, Reluctant Heroes out on top now by a game. That's all right. Definitely out by a full game. Yeah.
With a good percentage?
Percentage is okay, 108, but the Cinderella Boys, they're only a game behind and percentage above them. So, again, as we said, anything can happen over the next couple of weeks, and the top 4 could change each week.
Be interesting with next week's round of matches too, who's playing each other and who's got the opportunity to go further, or who's even got the bye that can't go anywhere.
Definitely. We'll talk about that, but just a quick look there. Turtles have got the 19th hole Hackers, and they win that pretty easily probably, and then they go into the top 4. So as I said, anything can happen over the next 2 weeks, whatever we've got left. So those Party Boys could drop out again, and so it's looking very interesting.
Did you find a villain of the week?
Yeah, villain of the week, I'd have to say, whoever sent Steve Jones a golf ball on a string, a pink golf ball on a string in a box, it was an anonymous sender. I think it was only for use for the putting green for Jonesy, but I thought it was very creative. And
So the viewers know what that was about?
yeah, well, we mentioned it last week. If you didn't see it last
I
week,
didn't see
Steve,
it last
no,
week. I don't watch the one that Steve's in.
Fair enough.
I only watch the one I'm in.
I don't watch it when Steve's in it either.
I think it was a Callaway SR2. I don't consider myself big enough to use that one where you need the 100 mile an hour swing speed, so go to the little boys SR2.
No, you're not
Turned her into a Diablo, which
That's the cheapest ball you can find. I think you find like a rock.
I can lose balls anywhere, but I've never lost one putting green.
Oh, I've never heard of that before.
I hope it's the only one, and I hope there's no 2-shot penalty attached to losing on the putting green.
I can't imagine your teammates would sledge you much about that either today.
No, Dog Johnny will look after
Johnny
me.
Tomlinson over there,
About the
still
Fockers.
rolling on the ground laughing.
So apparently Steve Jones was out in the putting green last week, and he was having a bit of a putt and turned around and went to pick his ball up and was gone. It was swapped from a Callaway SR2
Probably
$7
brand
ball
new
to
too,
a brand new $7 ball to a Diablo. So someone sent in a pink ball on a string for Steve Jones to use on the putting green only, and that way he won't lose any on the putting green before he starts. So
I wonder if it was one of his teammates.
I reckon I can probably put this in the hero of the week and villain of the week
Yeah.
altogether there.
Yep.
So,
Yep. But he spurred himself on, though, didn't he? 39
yeah,
points.
yeah,
So
obviously he was
he
able
took,
to
he
keep
took
that
the
ball
joke
for the
pretty
day.
well.
Yeah, he might have got angry and really spurred him up. So he did well.
And then you mentioned the Sook of the Week.
Sook of the week, yeah, it has to go to Snags. Again, as I said, I was out there for 9 holes mucking around, and all I could hear was Snags getting onto the 17th tee. This group in front, how slow are they? And they were out of your range, Snags. They were past the ladies, so it was fine. Then Robbie's come in and to me after the round and said he did not stop all day. He just looked all day, non-stop. True Collingwood supporter. And then you look at the results, and he's had +3 and he's won Super Pin, and he's just wins all day. So, mate, toughen up. You've done a good day's work. Don't worry about the group in front. You just keep worrying about what you're doing, and you'll be fine, mate. So that's got to be the
Fair enough, too.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Preview of next week's matches, we'll get on to that.
Yeah.
As we spoke about, Turtles play the Hackers, which might elevate the Hackers up into the top 4.
Again, yeah, it depends what happens with other matches, but definitely they could end up next week. in the top
Warlocks,
4.
Warlocks versus Mixed Bag. Mixed Bag will have a...
Probably be a close match, actually.
Well, yeah. But again, same thing. If they can get over them, they'll
Yeah,
jump
they
up.
need a lot of things
Probably
to go
not,
right.
not to get into the top 4, but
No,
give
but
themselves
it'll
a
be
chance
closer.
over the next
Yep.
week or 2. Cinderella Boys and the Heroes play each other.
Yep, so top of the table, really. Yeah, this could be. Cinderella Boys could jump up the top if they beat the Reluctant Heroes. Got a better percentage. So,
too, yeah.
so yeah, that's a good match.
And then Granddads and the Fockers,
Which
is
Yeah,
Fockers
again.
just hanging on to top 4 and Granddads just outside.
Granddads could knock them out of the top 4 here, so anything could happen. And the Party Boys have the bye, which is good for them. Probably keep them in the top 4 this week, so it's good.
Okay, guys, that's about all we've got. Yeah,
that's about
thanks
it.
very much.
Quiet week,
Pretty
really,
quiet
so-
week. Please send in your photos. I think a couple of weeks ago we had a heap of photos and made the show.
Yep.
Ben can only do so much to spice it up.
I can.
Yeah.
There's only so many people I can bag each week, so.
Thanks to our sponsor CUB, and thanks to Amy and also Kappa. And we'll see you next week. Thank you.
See you then.